31 years ago, I started a nonprofit. I saw a need. A lot of the greatest traditional artists that I loved struggled to pay their rent, put food on the table, have medicine, but in my mind were the greatest purveyors of their musical tradition and were among the greatest artists of their generation. They're walking Thomas Edisons. Roots American music, especially the music that happened in the South, is our common language, and it's our greatest export to the world.
At Music Maker Foundation, our mission is to support and preserve American roots music traditions, and we do that by directly supporting the musicians that make the music.
So we're here in Fountain, North Carolina. Freeman Vines brought us here. Freeman Vines invited me into his Southern culture, into his world, into his community, into his family. Now, this is Music Maker. We have a photography studio, that's where we are now. We have a recording studio.
We have 3 programs that serve the mission. We have our performance program that helps connect artists and audiences in live performance. And then our documentation and education program, which documents the music through recordings and distributes those recordings to audiences, exhibits and books. And then we have our sustenance program, and that program provides direct grants and social services to senior musicians living in poverty and to musicians that are in crisis.
Part of championing these artists is helping with basic needs. There was a moment when I went to pick up Guitar Gabriel for a show, and he pawned his guitar, and asked why he pawned his guitar. Is because his wife had high blood pressure, and his wife needed money for the high blood pressure medicine. And I realized how poor they were. And so we had to go get the guitar out of the pawn shop to pay the high blood pressure medicine. Then I looked at it, he was living on a Social Security check of $400 a month. There's a wonderful old saying many people have heard, and that it's from West Africa: when an elder dies, a library dies. And so when you meet someone like the great Freeman Vines or a Guitar Gabriel or Herman Hitson, they have so much knowledge. You want to document them in their stories and their experience. Guys like Herman Hitson were writing songs and recording music with Jimi Hendrix, but we don't even know about him. He was left out of the history books.
We were working with senior artists and realized that so many of them had not been recorded, and if they were not documented, they would die with their songs. And we thought it was really important that that music be preserved for future generations. And we still feel that way. No one else is really doing this work. You know, record companies are churning units, and the government stopped doing this work with the WPA, which was in the 1930s. And so we are now maybe on our 3rd generation of artists. And even though today so many people, they have their phones and people will document little things, but these digital documents people make, then that phone is gone, they're gone. People don't preserve these things. And so it's important that they be documented properly and archived so that they're saved.
So the past, like Faulkner said, is never really past. The whole world looks to America for music. It's a river, and the culture, the guys who invent it pass it to their community as soon as they can, because they want it to continue. And so it continues.